guys. Yes, with the violin.
Yes, we are.
Yes. Welcome to the morning tea. We are so happy you've joined us on this Tequila Tuesday. We have so much to get into. I cannot wait to talk to you Beliebers and see how you feel about the one and only Mrs. Bieber being happy that her husband doesn't have to go on tour. I literally saw that this morning and was like, I know people are going to be upset.
I'm a little bit surprised that she is saying this with her whole chest, Madison. I can't lie, but we're gonna have to open up that suitcase, girl. We're gonna get into the contents of that.
Of all things to say with her whole chest too, like of all the ideas we've given Hailey, of all the things that we're like, please say it with your whole chest, say this with your whole chest, of all things that she is going to take an affirmative stand on, like the one thing that goes against the fans, it's very confusing to me. I don't get
I'm like,
it.
girl, the fans is on your side, girl. The fans is protecting you, girl. Why you going? She said, well, thank God I don't have to see those peasants. Not saying that she's calling y'all peasants, but that's kind of how I read it to me, to be honest.
Thank you. Exactly the same. We also are going to talk about other things, you guys. We're going to talk about LIZZIE McGuire, their whole little table read reunion. We also are going to talk about CHRISSY Teigen and her social media break. There's a lot of drama going down there. We're talking about Lil Nas X and his tweets last night, Dua Lipa and Normani. Yay. That's such good news. I'm so happy about it. We're also talking about Billie Eilish, Nicki Minaj, because she officially got her #1 that has been deserved for years and years and years and years. Hey,
day to night to morning, hey.
Yes. How happy were you when that happened yesterday?
Madison, there was a lot going on yesterday, but let me tell you, that was the brightest spot in my... When I tell you, I almost threw my phone across the room because we were sitting there refreshing. We were waiting on a Twitter account called Chart Data to give us the news, and Chart Data was tweeting everything else, but the news that we were requiring in that moment. So when Chart Data quenched our thirst, I just felt like in this very moment, I'm king. You know what I mean? That's very much how I feel.
Oh, I feel that.
All
the dedication paid off in that moment, essentially.
Madison, I don't even want to admit to y'all how much money I spent on Say So, the song alone, in terms of helping. I don't even want to tell y'all, but it was a coin. It was a coin.
It was. But you know what? This is why we're Tauruses. When we're loyal to somebody, we will do what we need to do to get the job done. And you're loyal to Nicki, and you did what you needed to do. And did the job get done? Yes, it did. That's all that matters.
Yes, it did. And my Say So signed CD will be here in a few weeks. Yes, ma'am.
I'm dying. We also are going to talk about Cardi B, you guys. Bad baby Daniel Bergoli is potentially in a new relationship, and it's illegal, and it's all of these things. We got some updates on KATY and Taylor. Then we were talking about Chloe. We're talking about Kylie. We're talking about Kim and Kanye. They're having a lot of trouble in Paradise. And then we'll get into this Justin and Hailey T. It is a very full docket for this Tequila Tuesday. Very full.
I love it. I need it. I require it. I feel like by the end of today's show, I might need 2 shots. I'm feeling like it, Madison.
You might. Do you have the whole bottle next to you just in case?
I do. I was looking at my shot glass because I'm like, what is going on with this shot glass? But girl, I won't show y'all that side of it. I'll just spin her on around. There you go.
Just turn that label on around. Turn it around. We also, let's see what's going on in the chat. Unique Vibe said, what did Selena do that makes Hailey think she is better than Hailey? Remember when Hailey was asked who she compares herself to? She doesn't compare herself to anyone. I don't think Selena necessarily did anything to make Hailey feel insecure. I think it was mainly the fans, and Hailey has just associated every behavior with the fans with Selena directly, is my opinion.
Madison, I could not have said it better myself. Exactly what you said is accurate. Yes, ma'am.
It's the fans. And as fabulous as the fans are sometimes, you know, we talk about this a lot on the morning tea. Sometimes the little fans, the younger fans who don't quite have their adult hats on yet, they cause a lot of trouble, sometimes more harm than good. And then it spirals. And then we have what we talked about yesterday with Hailey being like, I felt like less of a woman being compared to Justin's exes. And we had to be like, girl, let's reel back.
You know what, Madison? I think that perhaps from their point of view, their intentions are good, they just don't realize what it looks like to an adult. You know what I mean? Because I think of so many things that I did when I was younger, and I was like, I knew I was sticking it to the man. I was really letting them know. And then, like, looking back, you know, Time Hop will remind you, girl, was this soapbox moment particularly worth it? Like, these small ones? Like, maybe you should have just stepped up on a bar of soap instead of the entire box. But you know me, Madison. I get 3 boxes and stack them up on top and then jump up on top and then deliver the message.
No, that's so true. That is true. I will say, though, I feel like anything that I've taken a big stand on in my life, even if it was at the time like a little insignificant, I feel like I've always committed to my convictions. Like, if I really, truly, hardcore believe something, I don't care if literally 1,000 people in the same room are like, you're wrong. I will be up on that soapbox screaming that I am right until the cows freaking come home. I don't know if that's just our personalities. I don't know if that's an older sibling thing. I don't know if it's a Taurus thing. I don't know what it is, but I feel like you're very much the same way, which is why we get along. Because when we believe in something, it's like, you're going to listen until you actually are sick of listening. And then you'll just give in to us eventually, hopefully.
Because you know how some people hear, but they don't listen, Madison. It's very important. You can't just hear. You also have to listen. Put your listening ears on, like the teachers used to tell us, crank, crank.
It's the comprehension as well. Comprehension sometimes gets lost. It's like they listen, but there's no comprehension. And I know reading and comprehension is very confusing, but it was my favorite subject in school, so maybe I'm just biased. Just saying. You know, I love some reading and writing and comprehension and composition, girl. Oh, me too. I didn't even tell you this, Courtney, but the last week, towards the end of the week, one of my sister's boyfriend's friends, he's like a school counselor, and he was doing a career day. So he was like, oh, you know, Madison, will you speak to these kids about, you know, your career? Because it's fun. And I tell you guys, if they were all like elementary school, probably like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. I felt like I taught nothing to those children other than the fact that I was like, now in school, reading and English were my favorite. Science and math, not so much. I mean, you have to do it, but there's jobs that you don't actually have to add every day and you'll be okay.
I would have been in there like, do the work, get far, be nice to everyone, unless they're mean to you. I did talk about that. Enjoy all of the classes, do the homework, do the extra credit, be nice to your guidance
I did say you have to be nice to everybody. I really hammered that home. We also talked about TikTok and those things, but I was just like, you have to do your math and your science. But when you get older and after you go to college, if your job doesn't want to have math or science, you'll be okay. You know, I feel like I could have used that message.
For what you like.
I could have used that when I couldn't tell time. Like, I could have used that to know one day you will have a digital clock in your life and it will be okay. It will be all right.
My 4th grade teacher, shout out to her, Miss Jabara. I will never forget. I was not a child that failed, but I failed this math test because I could not tell time on the analog clock, Madison. She called my mother before I got home from school, and my mom's the kind of mom that's like, oh, how's your day going? Like, let me go on. And I was like, oh, girl, it was fun. It was fabulous. Girl, got 100 on the English test. And my mom was like, oh, but what about that clock, though? What about that 6th and 7th grade, though? Don't get me started on analog clocks, Madison. It was very traumatizing.
Courtney, I'm dying because I literally couldn't tell time either. Like, that was the one thing in 4th grade. I would go to the bathroom when they would teach the clock because I was so bad at it. And I didn't want to be bad. So I would just go to the bathroom and sit there and hope that I would wait in there until the clock lesson was over. That's so funny that I'm dying at the fact that we both were bad at telling time. Like, for a long time. I pretty much would just memorize where the hands were when I would get out of class because I was so bad at telling time. Wow. I am shook that we both, like, Courtney and I literally grew up on, like, opposite sides of the country, but had very similar upbringings, and, like, we're just meant to be friends, and sometimes it freaks me out on how much we were meant to be friends. So I know
it's the power of the internet, Madison. That's all it is.
But I care. Yes, exactly. I want to shout out Miss Mika. Mika said, Madison and Courtney, you guys are great. Love you guys. We love you, Miss Mika. And we'll go 5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, she on fleeka. Miss Mika, she loves the tea, ya. And we see ya. Miss Mika, go Mika, go Mika, go Mika. Happy Tuesday to Mika. Happy Tuesday, Meeks.
Happy Tuesday, Mika. We also have Miss Comfort. I can't see her full name, but thank you so much for your cute little hey you, Hey you, hey you, hey you. Hello to you. Also, Courtney, we are not alone. A lot of people were also bad at telling time in the T
Oh,
tribe, so I'm
thank
so
you.
happy to hear that. Thank you. We also have
Madison,
a
it is someone's
birthday in the
birthday.
chat as well.
Someone's birthday. I
Who
want to say
Andrea?
happy birthday to that person. Is it Brittany? I'm seeing. Oh, Brittany. Brittany Harrington.
Brittany.
We know Brittany Madison. We love Brittany. Brittany,
Brittany. Oh
happy
my God.
birthday.
Happy birthday,
Birthday.
Brittany. Have the best day. Thank you for spending part of your birthday with us. I
Blow
know
them
having your
candles out,
birthday.
Brittany. Blow them
Yes.
out, Brittany.
Yes. Yes.
Stupid
You know, Courtney
Madison.
and I know all too well that having your birthday in quarantine, I know it can feel like it's not the best, but honestly, hopefully we can be here for you and celebrate, and the T Tribe is celebrating you. We also have Jasmine, morning loves. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you, Jasmine. We appreciate you. And we also have Miss Autumn. Good morning, Madison and Courtney.
Autumn.
Happy Tuesday, and I love you guys. I'm making strawberry French toast and bacon and watching the Harry Potter series in quarantine. I'm a huge Harry Potter stan. Do you like Harry Potter?
I love Harry Potter. I am a Slytherin. What about yourself, Madison Hill?
Of course, I'm Gryffindor. Obviously.
Obviously.
Obviously. I mean, it's not even a question. Obviously, Gryffindor. Yes, Autumn, we love Harry Potter. I love a good Harry Potter marathon. But to be honest, I'm a little distracted by your strawberry French toast, and that sounds
Me,
amazing.
Madison. That sounds tasty.
Yes, you deserve it, Autumn. Okay, let's go ahead and pour up the tea. Pour it up, pour it up. That's time we ball out. Pour it up. That's time we ball out. Amber May said Missy Elliott saw her TikTok and she's screaming. And Amber, that's amazing that Missy Elliott saw your TikTok, and you should absolutely celebrate. If you like tequila and you like libations, you should celebrate with us because that's freaking amazing and super impressive. So,
Come on,
cheers to you.
that's cool. Cheers, Madison. I
Yes.
just dropped my whole
Cheers.
in here. It's fine.
It's fine. It'll just be extra flavorful today.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, the first thing we're starting off with, it is a little bit of sad news, but Courtney and I felt like it was very important that we mention this and touch on this. We're talking about Daniel Silva and Corey LaBerry. Real quick, I just want to shout out Anai. Hi, Maddison and Courtney. Finally catching the live tea. I'm on every day as an after watcher. I send lots of love from Chile, South America. Besos, mi amores. Besos. Thank you.
Shout out to Chili.
Yes.
Aye.
Yes. And also, real quick, Jasmine, Courtney, question. How are you celebrating your girl number one? I was super proud for all of them.
I was also super proud for all of the amazing Black women that occupied the top 4 of the Hot 100. I celebrated and will continue to celebrate by streaming Say So and the Savage remix, and I hope you guys will do the same.
Yes, exactly. Okay, you guys, we're going to talk about Daniel Silva and Corey LaBerry. So, unfortunately, Corey LaBerry passed away over the weekend on his birthday. We want to make sure that we are sending our prayers, our thoughts, all of our positive vibes to him, his family, his friends, all of his fans. It's a horrible situation. TMZ reports that Ink Masters, Daniel Silva, has been arrested and how he's been booked for murder in accordance with Corey LaBerry's situation. So they were involved in a car crash over the weekend. It was sadly on Corey's birthday. They were both in the car. They crashed into a street sign and a tree. And unfortunately, Daniel was driving. Corey was the passenger. His side took the brunt of the crash. What really makes this even more terrible is sources told TMZ that they were both seen drinking at a party earlier in the night. And obviously, things just took a terrible turn. So Daniel Silva, now he is still in the hospital, actually. He has a dislocated hip and he had some injuries as well. But he has been arrested and booked for murder in regards to the Corey LaBerry situation. It's very sad. All of it is sad.
It is very sad. Before we move on, Madison, may I say something nice about Corey because I knew him?
Of course. Oh my God, of course.
I think it's important to mention that Corey has a name. Something that was a little unsettling for me was that TMZ just kind of called him like a YouTuber, and I feel like someone that was so positive in our community deserves sort of like a better tribute. So my favorite memory of Corey LaBerry was, if you guys know Ricky Dillon, he's a really good friend of mine, one of my best friends. He had a surprise birthday party that his friends Kian and JC threw for him. And if you guys know Kian and JC, they're very close. They were close to Corey. And my favorite thing about Corey is whenever I would enter a scene, you know, I'm not the popular girl. I'm just like friend of Ricky. Corey always treated me like one of everyone else. Like me and my boyfriend, hey, like, what's up? Like, oh my God, so good to see you guys again. I love your shirt. Like, he always had like that good energy. And so I really wanted to say rest in peace and send my condolences to his family and his friends and his fans as well.
No, absolutely. And I'm happy that we did bring this up, because I know with stories like this, and like when we've talked about Kobe Bryant and stuff, and it's just really difficult. And I think, Courtney, I love that you told a great story and a positive story, because I agree with you. A lot of the things that I've been seeing is just all about Daniel and his situation, and then it is, you know, YouTuber Corey LeBerry. And so I'm really happy that, you know, we're able to talk about the good times and we're able to talk about the good stories, because I feel like that's really important. And sometimes with loss, people feel like that's not okay. And to me, that's like one of the main ways that I cope, is remembering all of the great times that we had together. So I thank you so much for sharing that, number one, because I know it's not an easy time.
Of course.
And number two,
yes, ma'am.
I just want to reiterate, you guys, please be safe at all times. And always, always, always have one person you can call when you need to go home after you've been drinking, because nothing is a sure thing. It is never worth it, and it is never worth the risk. I know I've personally experienced drunk driving accidents. Courtney, obviously you have too. So I do just want to take this time, because I know we have a lot of young people watching and a lot of parents watching. Not worth it. And trust me, it pays off to be the parent that says, you can call me, and I know you're going to want to wring your kid's neck for them doing bad things. But it's so important to be that parent, and it really, really does pay off. I promise. I know it's hard, but if you can find it in your soul to be that parent, it's so important. So important.
Maddison, I could not have said it better myself. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, we're going to cheers to Corey.
Cheers to Corey.
And then we're going to move on. Cheers to Corey. You guys, please continue to send your prayers and your thoughts and all of your positive vibes. Please, please, please. But we're going to move on and talk about Lizzie McGuire. We're going to try to lighten it up. You're going to be happy about this, because Miranda was involved. And I know you've been very worried about where's Miranda, because she was not involved in the reboot. But you guys, the Lizzie McGuire cast reunited. They did a virtual table read all on Zoom for the iconic episode between a rock and a bra place. If you can believe it. This is
I want a bra. It was that?
Yes, that episode. Yes.
Bye.
From season 1. You're excited. I know. So this is the first time the cast has all been together in almost 18 years, which is absolutely crazy. And this week marks the 19th anniversary since this episode aired, if you can believe it.
Maddison, I know that I am a cisgender homosexual male, but when that young lady screamed that she wanted a bra, I too felt like, well, damn, maybe I need one too. Hillary, I'm sorry, that was an iconic episode for just like teenagers everywhere. Like, sorry, y'all know how I get. Shout out to Hillary, she's looking good. Hillary, you looking the best you done looked ever, I feel like. Now, girl, if you want to put out a little quarantine EP, I'm gonna support that too. I know it's not in your crystal ball, but it's in mine. But this is a great moment, Maddison. Where is the reboot? Do we have an update?
No, I completely agree. So nothing was mentioned about the reboot, which makes me sad, because I'm like, great. That tells me that things are still up in the air. And I am sure with this whole quarantine situation, things are more so up in the air, because now Disney has even bigger problems on their hands, which really sucks. Gordo looks like such a man here, and it's really weirding me out. Like, he looks like he's been through adulthood like the rest of us. Like, I really feel Gordo in those bags, like right there with you, Gordo. But I agree. I loved every second of it, and it just got me more excited and hopeful that we can come to an agreement and hopefully get the reboot with everybody, including Miranda, because I know that's very important.
To me, if things are still up in the air, then that means that Miranda could have a cameo and perhaps, or go from cameo to lines. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And if the other people are involved already, perhaps they could get a job. I look at it as, look, give these people a job on Hillary's part.
No, completely agree. And she looks amazing. You're exactly right. In comparison to some of the other childhood stars we talk about, Hillary, killing it. Killing it.
And she's a mother. She's young and fresh. She looks well rested. She looks strong.
All the
Come
good
on.
stuff. All the good stuff. Okay, let's move on and talk about
Yeah.
CHRISSY Teigen. I know a lot of people love CHRISSY, and this is really an interesting story. I wasn't sure if I wanted to put it on the docket, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts. So during a recent
Mhm.
interview with New Consumer, a famous chef, Alison Roman, made a comment about how CHRISSY Teigen's career horrifies her. She said, quote, like what CHRISSY Teigen has done is so crazy to me. She had a successful cookbook and then it was like, boom, line at Target, boom. Now she has an Instagram page that has over 1 million followers, where it's just like people running a content farm for her. She went on to say, quote, that horrifies me and it's not something that I ever want to do. I don't aspire to that. But like, who's laughing now? Because she's making a ton of effing money. So CHRISSY responded after Alison's comments saying that they were a bummer and they hit her hard because she's made her recipes. She's praised her in interviews. Apparently, she even signed on to EP a potential show that Alison was going to do. Now,
Wow.
Alison did apologize, saying that she shouldn't have used CHRISSY as an example, and she's so sorry. She said being a woman who takes down other women is not her thing, and she said she hoped that they could meet one day because she actually does think that they would get along. And now, because of all of this, CHRISSY has announced that she's taking a break from social media. What do you think?
Maddison, I was about to go in on Alison until you had me in the first half, Maddison, until the second half where she was like, well, I wish I wouldn't have used her as an example. The reason why is because I could imagine being in a situation where we're friends with a celebrity and girl, we could have mentioned them one time and forgot. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden we take a picture of our new friend, Salulu, as the girls call her, Salulu. And then all of a sudden, here comes, the Believers. Like that one morning, we were like, I don't know. What if Selena really is dramatic and scandalous and blah, blah, blah? Like, you know what I mean? And then, well, Selena, we wish we wouldn't have used you as an example. I guess it's the biggest version of foot and mouth. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially CHRISSY on the EP, a show for her. She couldn't say anybody else's name.
Well, and that's the thing. So apparently she didn't know that CHRISSY had signed on to do the show. Like the show was in like the barest bones of development. So I don't think she exactly knew that CHRISSY was signing on. I think that was something the network did to kind of, boost the name behind it, to be like, executive produced by CHRISSY Teigen. Because a lot of times those EP credits happen. Sorry to spoil you guys, but the EP credits happen as kind of just like to get promo for the show. Like Khloe Kardashian likely is not sitting with Investigation Discovery being like, now can we move that cut over here, and that was a little confusing, and I'm going to produce this and write this. She's not. It's literally saying executive produced by Khloe Kardashian. So people are like, oh, a Kardashian's attached. I'm going to watch it. Yeah. It would be the same with this show, I presume. But I also can't hate on the fact that she acknowledged saying, I wouldn't want my career to be like wouldn't want my career to be like CHRISSY Teigen, but joke's on me because she's making a ton of money and I'm not.
That's
like I also can't hate on somebody.
As long as you understand that CHRISSY has got her coin and her baby and her whatever she got from Chris Clemens a couple weeks ago, she got that too. And what do you have? Because I've never heard of Alison Roman before. Literally Madison Hill a couple minutes ago. So I mean, it's just unfortunate. Was she asked, Madison?
So she was asked about where she thought like women's careers in the food industry, like how they were evolving. And that's why she brought up CHRISSY Teigen. And then she also brought up Marie Kondo as an example too. Like basically saying she wouldn't want to sell out her brand and her following was essentially what she was saying.
She feel like Marie Kondo a sellout? With the Netflix show and we all took Madison.
Does it bring you joy? Money brings me joy.
But this is one of those, girl, you're entitled to your wrong opinion because Marie Kondo done killed it. Okay? Killed it and cleaned the casket.
Literally. I love Marie Kondo. And if you've ever seen her Instagram page, her kids are literally the cutest things in the entire world.
Really?
Okay. There is this picture that is so random, and if you can find it, shout out to you, and then I swear we're going to move on. But it's of one of her little kids eating corn on the cob, and it is the cutest thing ever. And I don't write home about pictures of kids. Like, I'll see a picture of a kid and be like, oh, cute. This picture, I was literally like, the ovaries were chirping because this picture of this little kid eating the corn on the cob is so freaking cute. I love it. Okay. Sorry. I know. Okay, we're going to move on and talk about Lil Nas X. So last
Okay.
night, Lil Nas X tweeted that he wants to try women. He said, "Hey guys, I've decided to give vagina a try. Anybody know where I can find some good?" Not sure what prompted this tweet. Might have been a little bit of a breakup or relationship problems because he retweeted another fan who was like, one breakup and he's going back or he's going to women. Noah Cyrus responded and was like, I got you, bro. Obviously,
Oh.
I don't think anything is happening here. I just thought Lil Nas X is so funny and he loves to troll, and I
I
appreciate
love
it.
it. It's good, clean fun. As dirty as this is still good, clean, trolling fun from Lil Nas X. I love
That's
it.
how I feel
I
too. And I
I feel like as time
love that
goes
Noah
by, he's
Cyrus got in.
like being himself. You know, just
Mm-hmm.
himself with money.
Exactly. Exactly. And I love that Noah Cyrus is there to continue with the trolling. Obviously, they're like family at this point. So I don't know. I
Mhm.
thought it was a funny little troll story and I loved it. And we love Lil Nas X.
Oh
But
yeah.
let's move on and talk about Dua Lipa. Dua Peep.
Yes,
So Dua
Dula.
Lipa recently spoke to Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live and said that she knows when a deluxe edition of Future Nostalgia is coming. She's just not ready to release the dates yet. And she reiterated that her collab with Miley won't be on it because they want to do something different. But she said her collab with Normani may be coming soon.
We need that. And we need it. Maddison and T Tribe and Wesley, if Wesley is here, because I'm not looking at the chat right now. Can someone answer, should Future Nostalgia Deluxe come out before or after Chromatica? Well, I guess it's gonna come after because Chromatica is coming like any second now. Is this gonna do well? Are people gonna care after Chromatica? Because I mean Madison, Chromatica. Have you seen?
I know.
Can I
I know.
see what Chromatica is
I know.
doing? Y'all, real
It's
quick,
it's
she said the gays, this one is for you. She is selling panties, thongs, jock straps. Oh my god. The gays are prepared. They are buying. Madison, I have seen screenshots of this jockstrap all up and down my timeline. This album is going to sell. But is Dua gonna get lost in the shuffle?
so here's the thing. I think she's gonna get a little lost, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that she will be completely forgotten and trampled. I think a collab with Normani will do well. I think it will be great, but I do think it might not do as well competing against Lady Gaga.
Okay, that's fine.
Just my own
I just want
opinion.
people to still
I
to
think
her
it'll
because
be.
that
I
normal.
think it will still do okay. Right. I mean, Lady Gaga is Lady Gaga. Like I feel
Mhm.
she's one of those, kind of like we've talked about with Adele, Rihanna. She knows
Mhm.
what she needs to do, and she does it well. Exactly like what you're
Yes.
saying. She knows what she needs to do for her fans, and she will deliver. And although Dua Lipa is fantastic and Future Nostalgia is amazing, and I know a collab with her and Normani is going to be a hit, it just won't quite be able to compete with Lady Gaga, in my opinion.
Karina said that she wants Dua to drop after Chromatica because I don't want her to drop it and people be like, oh, she's trying to steal Gaga's light or some dumb stuff like that. And Karina, you're absolutely right. Wesley said Dua Lipa should release the Normani collab by the end of June because that song is a real summer song, a bop to be honest. The deluxe could come in mid-July. That Normani song, Madison, is gonna be the one that you like
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Mm-hmm.
I
Because it has
oh,
already. I heard it.
you know that I'm gonna be just shaking my little tush to the side over here to do a Normani, like
Mhm.
no doubts in my mind. But let's move on and talk about Billie Eilish, you guys. This is a good story for Billie Eilish. She has been granted a restraining order against a crazy fan that has showed up at her family's home multiple times. This is a report coming from
Mhm.
In Touch Weekly. So this guy has come to the Eilish's house more than once. I don't know why it's taken this long for him to have any consequences,
Yeah.
but most recently, he showed up to their house after traveling from New York during this whole coronavirus situation, which really freaked everybody out. He showed up to their door wearing a mask, no gloves, nothing, was touching their door, touching their handle, touching the doorbell. I don't think they have full-time security. I've seen the outside of the Eilish house because it's been in videos and stuff. I watched this one because she's a huge Office fan. So it's not like, you know what I mean, a huge celebrity. It's not Calabasas where she's just chilling on
Yeah.
like a bunch of land, And finally he was escorted off the property. He has now been arrested, and now her and her family have been granted this restraining order. And I'm just so happy about it because I cannot imagine how scary AF that would be. Someone coming to your door with a freaking surgical mask on, banging on the door and trying to get in.
Do you think that they should move Maddison?
See, I
Do you
feel
think
like
it's
it's
time
kind
for
of
them to
getting.
come to the side of town, girl? I think so
I feel like
too.
it's kind of time. I
Like, girl, you better
admire
come on
them
over
for
to the
wanting.
Courtney side of town, girl. Get on up in them hills, girl. And get going.
I
Girl.
admire
Wait
them,
that.
right, for wanting to, try to maintain the same family home. Obviously, her and Phineas grew up there. They don't want to leave. I do admire that they're trying to like humble themselves and stay in their childhood home, but at some point, it's like, you know what? Word is a little too out about where we live, and this is a safety hazard.
My thing is this,
Yeah.
Madison, and although it's not the same exact genre of music, we got to think about people knew where Pop Smoke was. And you telling me you know where Billie Eilish lived? That's not cute. That's not cute for me for that young lady. And the parents need to go. They can build a beautiful cottage right on up in the hills, right on up there, girl. She could build it fresh, girl, and ain't nobody gonna know.
Yep. Exactly.
No,
Pop Culture Production said Billie has gotten too big. She needs to live in a gated community at least. And then Mercedes says, "See, that's why I'd be strapped if I were a celebrity." Mercedes, making me laugh.
Get the
I
strap.
do want to. I'm not a celebrity, but I do want a taser. I am on all for that
You don't have no
situation.
taser,
And then
Madison? You got pepper spray?
pepper spray, but I want a taser. I want a taser, so it's like if someone tries to come in, I'm like, and then they're like that.
Do you have that thing that go on your keys that it looked like the kitty cat girl and it's the two eye pokers out the ears, the eye pokers?
I don't have that. But I do walk with my keys in between my fingers, just in case.
Okay, girl. I don't want to say and get us demonetized. We're gonna have to send you something that you switch and cut with. Okay, that's what you need, girl.
Deal. I want to shout out Betty Ann. Betty Ann said, "Happy birthday to my big sister Glenda. Love you. Happy birthday, Glenda. I love your name.
Happy birthday to Glenda. Hey, Glenda.
Happy birthday." Keisha said, "I honestly believe restraining orders are a joke. If someone wants to get you a piece of paper isn't going to stop them. Trust a woman who has had an abusive ex." And Keisha, I do understand where you're coming from, but I think at least taking this first step, and that way if anything else happens, more serious consequences can come down for him, and hopefully this will scare him enough if he's not that serious. Hopefully. We're gonna pray that. But let's move on and talk about Miss Nicki real quick one more time. So her and Doja Cat did take that #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. This is a first for Nicki, which is mind-boggling to me. I don't know how that's even a thing, but whatever, it's fine. This is a historical moment, you guys, because this is the first time 2 female rappers have secured the #1 and #2 spot. #1 being Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce for the Savage remix. And just, I guess I'm so excited that the 2 women to make this happen are kind of newer names to the game with 2 veteran females helping them secure this title. I just think all of it, every aspect is positive. And if you want to try to make it negative, I don't want to hear it because it's all positive in my opinion.
My thing is, Madison, all I want to say is this. When people were saying that Nicki Minaj did not work with other female artists and she would never get a #1, how hilarious is it that Nicki Minaj not only got a #1, but with a new female artist? How y'all feel now? And it wasn't the one that y'all wanted her to do it with. You also have to think, Madison, that Nicki Minaj has been blackballed from radio. So Say So basically went #1 without the promo on Nicki's end from the radio. Like, this is someone that is consistently being, her career is over and she's being blackballed and she's dramatic. But I mean, at the end of the day, the numbers don't lie. And they didn't. Good job, Nicki. Good job, Doja. Good job, Megan and Beyonce. All 4 black women. We love black girl magic.
Exactly. Completely agree. I guess for me, I didn't take into account the whole blackballed from radio because that's just so mind-boggling to me that that's even happened. And just Nicki is such a huge artist. Like, she's had so many hits. That whole situation is ridiculous and
I agree.
so absurd. I can't even believe that Radio Play let that happen. Billboard let that happen, but we're not going to get into that because I know that's a very touchy
Madison,
subject.
you know the last duo, two women that went #1, it was Iggy and Charlie for Fancy. That's how long ago that something similar to this has happened. Think about how long ago Fancy was. You know what I mean? That was the last time two women topped the Hot 100 like that. So excellent job by Doja and Nicki. Excellent.
And honestly, how cool that Nicki has also worked with Megan. I feel like they're treating this all as like a win for everybody. Everything
Yes.
I've been seeing online, it doesn't feel like a competition. It's not like Doja and Nicki being like, Megan and Beyonce suck it. It's like a celebration for all of us. Like we all just made history. And I think that's also very uplifting and very positive. And what's going to make it hard for the person we're talking about next, Miss Cardi B, because she hasn't always kept that same energy when it comes to let's all include each other and celebrate each other's successes. And I really believe that. But let's talk about Cardi because I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this. So, remember when
Okay.
quarantine first started and Cardi responded to a fan who was asking for her album? She said it was delayed because of coronavirus. Remember that
Mm-hmm.
tweet? She was like, "Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
it's Corona." Well, now this is so interesting to me. There's a new report from Hits Daily Double, and an insider shared that it's actually delayed because Cardi is trying to renegotiate her contract with Atlantic Records. So the report states it's unclear what exactly is being negotiated. All they shared is that it has more to do than just money. Like it's not just money that they're renegotiating. There's more to the situation.
Well, what could be the more, Madison? All Cardi wants to do is just create and be part of #1 hit. She said that. She don't care about the artistry. She just wants the hits. So
Mm-hmm.
why, out of curiosity, standing in her corner, why would Atlantic want to prevent one of now, because she's not just there only, shining star from doing what she do best?
Well, my thing
I
that
want
I find interesting.
to ask a question, but I cannot answer it already, Madison.
Oh yeah, ask the question, then you can answer, and then we'll see what everyone has to say.
It's because we have Lizzo now, and Lizzo's not problematic, and Lizzo makes positive music, and Lizzo writes the music, and there's not as much controversy surrounding her. So it seems as though we should be putting more money and attention to Lizzo. Speculation, not confirmation. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's how I perceive it from the outside looking in. I hope that she'll be able to fix it though, because I'm sure the fans that do enjoy her music are waiting.
Right. I do want to shout out Josie. Josie said, "I'm such a barb. Love my Nick. Love you, tribe. Kisses and love to y'all. Nothing but positivity." Yes, Josie, we love it.
Josie.
My thing is for someone who shares so much. Okay, Cardi B shares it all. She literally has posted a video of herself having diarrhea on the toilet, and no, I have not forgotten that. And yes, it traumatized me. For someone who talks about everything, the fact that this has not been brought up is very interesting to me, which I know some people
Mhm.
might be like, well, then, oh, that's speculation, not confirmation. That tells me that it's probably not true. I feel like it is. This makes more sense to me
Mhm.
because Cardi has enough money that if she wanted to finish an album in quarantine, and we said that when this tweet came out, she could finish an album in quarantine. She can have a studio. She's there with Offset. Offset produces. This thing could be one
Mhm.
and done. And it really
Yeah.
has been a long time since any. It's been since Press. I think Press was the
I
last
feel
solo piece
I
of
thought
music.
that I thought that Cardi would be the kind of artist that was kind of like a Rihanna, like dropping albums kind of often. Because if you're not really
Mm-hmm.
caring as much about the artistry, you're just going with the trends and trying to create hits. I thought we would have had at least a special edition of her second album by now. And I did find it kind of strange. We've talked about it briefly that she hadn't really released anything substantial or solo.
Right.
I hope Atlantic know what they're doing with that. Because I feel like if Cardi were to leave Atlantic, she has enough of a platform to go somewhere where I imagine a recording company would say, "Well, girl, do whatever you're going to do because you're Cardi B and you're going to pull some sort of number."
Right.
But then
Oh,
it'll be
exactly.
Lizzo. Since they pulled with Cardi and Nicki, they will then use for Lizzo against Cardi, in my opinion, the way I see it. So it's a chess game. She
No,
has to move her pieces very accurately.
no, exactly. Completely agree. And then Jasmine said she can make this. Makes me sad. I'm waiting for it to taking too long. Kay said she has yet to release new music. It's always coronavirus, and we kind of briefly talked about that last week. We're like, we feel like this is going to be
Mhm.
a a thing that people use a lot, but I felt like this whole conversation regarding, you know, a renegotiation with her contract, especially with Megan Thee Stallion going through the same thing right now, it was very interesting. And Megan's talked about it on Twitter. Megan went Instagram Live and was like, here's the tea.
Yep.
So just
But
putting
I'm
it
kind
out
of
there that,
surprised
like,
Cardi hasn't done that yet.
me too. Me too. I don't know. Just something to keep your eyes on, you guys. It's definitely something that we should not let go and forget. But let's move on
I
and get
agree.
into couples therapy. Kicking couples therapy off our celebrity couple news with Bad Baby, aka Daniel Brugoli. So she recently showed off that she got a new leg tattoo. She got Bass tattooed on it, and people think that this is her confirming her relationship with Young Bands. His real name is Vas Coleman. He reportedly reposted Danielle's tattoo on his story, and he wrote, "If you love me, get my name tatted." But he has since deleted it. He also commented on her post, and he deleted the comment because, as people pointed out, he's 20 and she's only 17, which is technically illegal in California.
Why would he want to be involved with those kinds of problems is my question. The age thing and the brand, right? I feel like if I were an artist or a rapper or anyone trying to get on, that would not be my way. That's not my, I don't want to use the wrong kind of word here. That's not my entry. That's not my entryway on the backside on how to get into the industry. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, completely agree. Because to be honest, I didn't really know who this Young Bands was until
I
obviously I
still
saw the story pop up, and I was
don't.
like, yeah, okay. And so I was like, oh, interesting. I understand. But to me, why you would even want to toe the I guess for me, I'm like, okay, Danielle has enough people around her, I would hope at this point, to keep her on the straight and narrow,
Mhm.
because you don't know when these 15 minutes are going to run up. You have a multi-million-dollar songwriting contract. You do not need to be fumbling the bag. How this even happens, how something like this slips through the cracks. Obviously, they can't control what this, you know,
Mhm.
Young Bands posts on his social media, but the fact that, you know, she doesn't have enough people around her to be like, hey, we know some shenanigans are going on, but don't you dare post a damn thing on social media until this girl turns 18. Like, how is that not possible?
Are they writing music together, Madison? You think?
Maybe.
Just out
Maybe.
of curiosity, do you think that he's helping her because maybe speculation, not confirmation, she realized all this money that came with this songwriting contract and you can't write no songs. So maybe Voss or Rass or Ross is helping her much like Partisan was helping Bel Khalees.
Right. So what do you think about him posting, though, if you love me, get my name tatted?
He's dumb.
Okay.
He's dumb. And they should lock him up if they decide that it's worth locking him up for it. Absolutely. Y'all are stupid. In the day of R. Kelly, and you can't even play his music at the cookout, and why would you at this day and age? Y'all all need to be locked up. This is not something that should be like taken lightly. You get what I'm saying? And I'm sure there are going to be people that comment, I was dating a 20-year-old when I was 17. Okay, well, that's you. And you don't have $1 million and you're not Danielle Bergoli. You see how that's different?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that everyone should go to jail.
Right. And honestly, I have to say, you know, of course, Kylie and Tyga, it was this, we know, we all know,
Mm-hmm.
okay? But nothing was posted on social media. Nothing was ever confirmed until she was 18. So, yes, you can use that as an example. No, we never condoned that because, to be honest with you, I don't think even, I know you were for sure working at Hollyscoop during that time, and I was just barely maybe here. So don't try to pull the, but you loved Kylie and Tyga. I can
But you
assure you that
guys
when
said,
Kylie,
no, we didn't say nothing. We wasn't here, so don't play that.
I'm just saying, like when that whole situation happened, I can assure you that we never were pro Kylie being 17 and dating Tyga. Okay,
I was
I just
watching
wanted
Wendy
to
Williams.
clarify.
My business and broke. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes, I was. Yes, ma'am.
I just
Mm-hmm.
needed to clarify
Mm-hmm.
that because you know people be like, "But you love the Card Jenners." Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Check yourself. Let me go ahead and just reply to you right now for everyone to hear. Okay, let's talk about let's talk about Katy Perry and Taylor Swift. So you know how there's the
Okay.
rumor that they're collabing on Daisies coming out later this week. Well, Katy Perry has kind of broken a little silence on whether or not this is going to happen. She was talking to Extra along with Lionel and Luke, her other American Idol judges, and she was asked, you know, is this song going to be a collab with Taylor Swift? And she's set to perform Daisies on Idol next week. So this is what Katy had to say in regards to those collab rumors. You guys take a look.
Katy.
What do you think?
Maddison. First of all, let me say this. Katy looks excellent pregnant. I think that she's such like a cute little pregnant gal. Maddison, you know I love Taylor Swift with everything in me. I'm not watching American Idol to find out if Katy Perry and Taylor Swift collab. Do you want to know why? Because I know that there will be a very nice gay person that is going to watch American Idol and record it off of their television and put it on my Twitter timeline so I could find out. Yes, ma'am. So I'm good, Katy, but I support you and I'm going to buy your album and I'm really going to buy it if Taylor's on it. So support Katy Perry and the Katy Cats. But I personally am not going to watch American Idol. Also, shout out to Lionel Richie. Because, you know, shout out to Lionel. Yes.
We love him and Sophia. I just thought it was interesting. And to me, that kind of confirmed everything that I thought. Like, to me, that says that it is going to be a collab. I'll be honest, I don't know if Taylor would perform on American Idol. That's just my thing. I'm sure, honestly, it probably is part of the whole contract deal because of Katy being a judge. But this just, for me, the whole, you're going to have to watch, but that's, so yes, a collab is coming. So that tells me I actually only have like 3 days at this point to set my feelings aside when it comes to Katy Perry, and I need to get it together by Friday.
Oh, it's Friday?
What? No, American Idol comes out. No. Her Daisies comes out. Before
I was about to say, Madison. I was seeing a tweet today that said it was impacting radio today. So if any of y'all smaller radio stations start to play it, y'all know where to find us on social media. Let us know. Is Taylor on the song?
Let me know, because I remember Daisies isn't coming out till later this week. But I'm just saying, for the song to release, I only have a few days to really when it comes to Katy Perry. I'm working on it. I'm working. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this Chloe, Kylie, Kim, and Kanye, and then Justin and Hailey news. So turn your volumes down for
Jenner T-Toad! Hello to everyone in my studio. What is going on?
Hello. Okay, the first thing, this is quick. We're talking about Chloe. Everyone is talking about how she recently took to her Instagram to thank Tristan and True for her over-the-top Mother's Day balloon display. I just need to know, do you think Jordan Craig received anything to that magnitude?
No. Did Jordan Craig receive a phone call even?
I hope so.
I like don't care. Like, Chloe, girl, bye. Like, Madison. I really, 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 truly think that Chloe is comfortable with clown round two. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I think she's comfortable with. And honestly, if our job is to report on the circus, then girl, we're right outside Ringling Brothers right here, girl. Beep, beep.
Standing in the center of the ring just like a circus. I mean, The Greatest Showman is one of my favorite movies. I will sing The Greatest Showman soundtrack through and through if I need to talk about Khloe Kardashian. I'll do it.
Oh my God.
Okay, sorry. Let's move on and talk about Kylie. We don't need to talk about the circus anymore. We got our songs in. Thank you. Okay, Kylie, you guys. So it's funny how we go to such different extremes. We have Tristan being over the top. Travis, on the other hand, this is coming from Hollywood Live. A source said that he kept it very simple on Mother's Day. The source shared that he had a candlelit dinner for Kylie, Stormi, and himself. He knows that that's what Kylie really wanted. Obviously, there were flowers. He did have a romantic setting, as it was described. The source said Travis, quote, knows it's been challenging for Kylie at times with missing her family, so he made sure it was a special evening. Look at that.
That's sweet.
That's
beautiful.
I agree. And I think
we're not taking along for the ride.
Thank you. And Kylie and Travis, they might be the youngest, but they truly are the most mature.
Yeah, I agree, Madison. I like Kylie and Travis. I can't even front. I really like them a lot, especially as a couple. Kylie, I feel like, does a really good job at what I call myself being an antisocial butterfly. So yes, she
Mm-hmm.
very much is a social media mogul, maven, what have you. But when it's time to close them blinds and click them lights off, click, click,
Yep.
she just want to hang out with her man and her baby on the farm and mind her business. Me.
Exactly. That Tiny Media said, that's why I like Travis. He's so nice and he's so sweet. Completely agree. Kelsey said, can they please get back together? And I think after hearing, that Travis kind of goes this extra mile, they are quarantined together. I agree. I know I've had this theory that they'll get back together and break up and they won't actually be together forever, but I'm hoping that they are. Like, Travis is really sweet. And I stand Travis Scott. I
what
really
are we
do.
gonna do if by the end of the year Travis is with somebody else? What we gonna say then?
We're going to just post the meme of what that person looks at when they're in the boudoir over and over again to make us laugh so we forget about the fact that he's not with Kylie. That's what we're going to do.
We're gonna go Kylie. We're just one call away, sis.
We're here. Do you want to vent? You can come vent on the morning tea. We'll be a listening ear. We got you, girl. We're here.
Maddison, if Kylie ever came on to the morning tea, I will personally buy her a breakfast. Even though I know she can clearly afford many breakfasts, I would just want to buy her one. Yep.
It's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. Okay, let's move on and talk about Kim and Kanye. So there's this new report from In Touch Weekly, and a source said that Kim is feeling, quote, neglected by Kanye during this time. Now, this is not the first time we've been hearing that these two are not getting along in quarantine. He's been retreating to his studio to work, which Kim is not liking. He reportedly has little sympathy because Kim has always put work first during their marriage, which he's not wrong. Insider claims that things are uglier than ever, and the two are reportedly sleeping in separate beds.
So Kim wanted attention that bad that she said, well, I'm going to sleep in bedroom number 4 out of 20 instead of in the bed with you. Maddison.
Well, apparently it started because she didn't like being woken up when he would come back to bed from the studio at like 3 a.m. That's what the report said. And now they sleep in separate beds and she's lonely and yada yada. To me, I can't be mad at Kanye being like, why are you mad that I'm working now when you've literally worked our entire relationship and put that first? I can't be mad at that reasoning. He's not spitting lies.
Kim, go suck it up and go play Candyland with North. Good night. Period. That's your job. How about that? Stop focusing on Kanye's job and go and do yours. Rolling around on the carpet with the babies. That's your job. Goodbye. Next.
No.
Right? Like,
exactly.
why you don't need no force to come out and say that? Kim is annoyed because she it sounds like Kim is too fed up being a mom and Kanye is not giving her any attention. Well, Kim, maybe you should pick a different board game, but you're certainly going to play a couple more before this is all over.
And here's the thing. Well, I know this. Obviously, this is all allegedly. This is all speculation, not confirmation. The thing is, though, this is not the first report we've heard about Kim and Kanye having trouble in quarantine. This is about the what? 4th?
Yeah, it's more than a couple.
I'll be generous and say 3rd, but I really think it's like the 4th or the 5th. So I'm just saying, you guys know what we say. If we consistently hear the same thing, I gotta start to believe that there's some truth.
Yeah.
Okay, let's cheers. And we're gonna get into this Justin and Hailey news. If you guys love Justin and Hailey, give us the ice cream cones emojis. Give us the Hailey Hailers. Or if you want to rep Selena, go ahead and give us those crowns and give this video a thumbs up. Yes. We got our Chiefs and our Batman. I almost said Spider-Man. That would have been embarrassing. The lime juice really helps. I don't know how you taste the tea. You are amazing. Okay, you guys. Justin and Hailey. I cannot wait for you Beliebers to weigh in. So on the recent episode of their reality show, The Biebers, Hailey said that she is happy Justin isn't going on tour. She said, quote, I'm almost happy that I feel like you have even more time to just be strong and healthy and prepare. And when the tour does come back around and when you go out, you're going to just be so strong and healthy, and that makes me feel a bit better. Justin asked Hailey if she feels like he's in good shape right now, And she said she does feel like he's in great shape. But for me, that's very contradictory of what she had just said.
So it sounds to me that Hailey might have. First of all, I think that the last part of what you just said, Hailey just lied and didn't realize what she had just said. It appears to me as though Justin said, I'm tired of being a victim. I'm tired of being sick. I'm putting out an album and I'm going on tour. And Hailey, I imagine, to be honest with you guys, I imagine Hailey was like, no, Goo Goo or Gaga, no, don't. You're not well enough. Get back in the bag. No, blah, blah, blah. And Justin said, well, sis, how about if I make this album about you? Then it's kind of like, I imagine it's like a distraction. It eases the blow a little bit. But I feel like Hailey probably felt like he was never ready. And I feel like the music shows he wasn't ready. And the universe is showing us that he wasn't ready because this is happening and he's not able to go on tour. If Hailey is saying this, then I feel like this is a good thing. I'm kind of glad that it was posted as well. Sorry to the fans, but y'all don't want Justin to do 75% of the tour and then leave.
I agree. And I think because it's happened in the past, there's a lot of pressure on this tour. We know, you know, there were rumors with struggling ticket sales and all of that. We know that he even struggled on the set of filming the Yummy music video. You know, if that is a rink in his situation, I can't imagine a tour. That's so much more strenuous and a lot more work than just one day of filming a music video. And I agree with you. I think Hailey was trying to be very honest there, and then she maybe caught herself being a little too honest, and Justin was like, well, do you not think I'm doing well? And she's like, oh, no, like, you're doing great. Like, oh, yeah. And I just find it very interesting, and I think it also goes to show that what you said, I don't think Justin's ready, and I don't think he's 110% healthy, and I think there might still be some work to do, and this is a blessing in disguise. And if that's the case and he's not 1000% good to go, then I'm happy that this is happening, because I think in the long run it would have been bad. I just think it's very interesting because we've only been hearing how great he is, that this is the first kind of like peak and truth that's like, maybe it's not all great though. It's not all like what we've been sharing. It's not all perfect.
I bet you if Justin had planned to release Changes in March, it wouldn't happen. And he would have scrapped the album, and we would have gotten something at the top of the next year and it would have been better.
Right.
And I guess that in a way that kind of makes me sad, because I feel like we kind of got the half experience of what in his mind he envisioned. You know what I mean?
No, exactly. We have Isabel saying Justin doesn't seem ready for tour. He was so checked out on the last Carpool Karaoke and seemed so overperforming. Mayberry said, personally, I think she didn't think about how much attention she was going to get. I think she's just ready for the Changes era to be over. Janae said he should drop a new album and tour that album. And then we also had Jakara saying, I'm kind of happy that he decided to postpone the tour. Hailey is doing a good job in distracting Justin from doing this tour. And maybe he should drop something new and tour that instead of Changes. I don't think that's the worst idea that y'all have had.
I think that my hope is once this Facebook show is over, Madison, I hope that they both go away for a minute. Not because I dislike them, but because I think that by the end of the series, Justin is going to realize that Hailey was talking too much. And she was being almost too truthful, because I think that Justin tries to keep up the image that he's like invincible, like he's Justin Bieber.
He's better.
Like, you never want to think of Justin Bieber being down. You know what I mean? But I think by the end of that, I think they realize they are overexposed, and they will need to go away for a little bit. You know?
No, I completely agree with you. They also talk about like how they annoy each other sometimes. Like they were like, oh, we learned something new about each other every day being in quarantine. And then they were like, but we do get on each other's nerves. Hailey said like she'll do things to bother Justin on purpose. And he was like, yeah, you do get under my skin. So I think that it's just, I agree with you that after this reality show, I think we need a break. A little Bieber break before the next project. A little Bieber break. Like this video if you would be for a Bieber break. If you wouldn't, that's okay too. Please just still give this video a thumbs up. I might need a little one. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Brittany said, Hailey is like the only one talking in the videos. It's like a show for her. I think the internet is only hurting them. And I think they feel like it's the way to get their voice out there. Completely agree.
If
And
Justin's
then
gonna say it the wrong
Millie,
way, then I would prefer Hailey to say it the right way. Just to answer that, because y'all, I promise you, on my life, if Justin was the person that was speaking more, me and Maddison, I guarantee would be dragging him here all the way downtown to Culver City. I promise you that. So let's be glad that Hailey is talking, because I promise you, it would be a different kind of show if it was Justin. And that's the tea.
Mm-hmm. Last comment, Millie said Hailey is going to get sick and tired of him because she's more focused on getting his health better and she needs to focus on her own. I agree with you and I see where you're coming from, but I think it'll be a while until any of those conversations happen because right now she's fully invested in making sure that he's okay.
Shout
Just
out to
my
Hailey.
opinion.
She's taking care of him. I will give her that. She is taking care of him.
We cannot hate you guys. She is making sure your fave stays on the right track. You cannot be mad. You cannot be mad other than her saying that she's happy the tour is being postponed. You can be a little like, about that, but in the long run, you can't be mad at her because she is doing the most to make sure he's fine. But you guys, that is all the time we have. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on this Tequila Tuesday. Please make sure you follow us on social media. We got Instagram, we got Twitter, we got TikTok. We also have our own individual channels. Courtney, let everyone know where they can find your channel.
You can find me every Sunday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Green Chair Chats, my live show. Pop culture, good vibes, and we kiki. So join me there.
Yes,
what about you, Maddison?
It is amazing. You can find me at Maddison Hill on YouTube. I filmed the first part of my video today. I am finally going to show you guys how I comb my hair. That's why it's like really curly today.
The Hill Bob?
Oh, the Hill Bob. I'm going to show you how to style the Hill Bob. And I know this is a video that a lot of people have asked me to do for a long time. So I'm finally doing it. That's why I got real curly today, real wavy. So prepare.
Yes.
That's coming later this week. Get excited. Make sure you guys please subscribe to our channels. We would be forever thankful if you support us there as well. And you guys don't forget to show Hit It Leo and Shambung Dave lots of love on Instagram as well. And we'll be back tomorrow for Wesley Wednesday.
What Wesley say?
At 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll see you guys then. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Now wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your hands. It's in and just wash your hands, Miss Ma'am. Wash your hands. Rub your hands.